session. And
Okay.
I'll post, I'll crop you out from the video, and then I'll post the instructional part on Instagram and YouTube to try to help people. This is really like a,
Yeah.
almost like a
You
public.
don't really, I mean, I'm okay with you posting stuff of me as well if it's, you know, if it's informational for your viewers too.
Awesome.
I mean,
Thank you.
you're doing me a huge service here with this
Yeah.
donation-based thing.
That's the
So
idea.
yeah, like whatever you want to do, like
Okay, great.
if I can help
Great.
you
Thank you.
out, then that's great. Yeah.
Let's see how it
Um,
looks. Let's see how it turns out. So which ankle is it bothering you more, the right or the left?
It's the right.
Okay, so go ahead and turn around, and then take your right foot in front into a lunge. Great, just like that. And take your knee very deeply forward and back. Okay, and now straighten your right leg. Yep, and go forward and back and straighten your right leg. I think I can see your heel picking up from the floor, so I think I found some stiffness. Go one more time.
Which oh, my back one?
No,
My
the
back
front
heel?
one. No, the right one.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like
okay.
because of the injury, I have tremendous tightness in my right Achilles tendon.
Okay,
And
great.
yeah,
Not
because
great,
of that,
but
like, well,
a
we
positive
know, but
finding gives us something to work on.
yeah, and because of that, I think I was telling you, you know, when I walk, my knee isn't able to come forward as much. So I was having to compensate with this hip.
Show me
So
how
I
you were
got
walking.
tightness in, I mean, I don't even think it's really very noticeable.
No, I can see it. You're not bringing your knee as far forward on the right.
You can really see it, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm also looking for it, Noah. You know, people can't see it by looking at you.
Yeah.
But I can see it. Is that what you feel? Like you're not moving through your hip as much?
Yeah, well, I mean, I definitely know that, like, I feel, you know, the Achilles tendon just, it's super tight. It's,
Since you're having some tension in the gastroc, in the calves, let's start there. So first, do you have any kind of resistance band?
yes, I do.
So we're gonna do a little movement of the talus joint in the ankle, and then we're gonna stretch the muscles in the back of the calf and in the back of the leg and the front of the leg.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you haven't done these. And then after that, we'll be out of time. But next week we can start to get into some aspects of the hip, the knee, the low back, and then start doing some activations of the muscles like I was showing you in the park. So what I want you to do is tie a loose knot in one end of your resistance band. And we're going to go in and out of a lunge. You don't have to use a resistance band for this, but it will help.
Yeah. So what's the knot for? Like, do I need to be able to fit my ankle on the other, or my foot on the other end of it, or?
It's to provide an anchor because we're going to slip under that door behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
You can also anchor it with your back foot, but it's a little bit cumbersome. So yeah, just like that is fine. Okay. Now I'm going to go over here to my closet, and I'm going to slip this under the door.
Mm-hmm.
Close the door, pull it tight. So I'm going to show you two views with me. So the first is this way, right? Okay, and then the second view, I'll show you from above.
That's like so that's the same stretch that I was doing before for the Achilles, but it's just band resisted now.
That's correct, but what that allows you to do, yeah, it's the same movement we were using before, but what the band is doing is it's pulling this bone posterior. So we're
Yeah.
trying to shift these two bones like this to realign them a little bit more. So you may have to get a little bit further out to get a little bit more resistance, or that band may be too light. But if you get
good actually.
okay, well if you get the concept first, that'll be fine. Actually, I just felt a crack in my joint.
Yeah.
You can come down on your knee and do it that way, or you can be on your foot. Be standing up into a proper lunge. So
Keeping
go all the way to the end.
my heel on the floor though, right?
Try to keep your heel down. If your heel is coming up, you're moving through the toe joints in the front of the foot rather than the ankle joint. We want to get the movement through the ankle joint back here, not through the toe joint. See the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep your heel on the ground. I need to be able to actually see you, Noah.
Here, I'll readjust.
No, that's good. Just tilt it down a little bit.
That's good.
Yep, just tilt it down. Tilt it down a little bit more so I can see your foot. Yeah, like that. Perfect. Great. Take your knee forward. Good. Go forward and hang out there for a minute. Let things release. You can put your hands on your leg, or you can put your hands down on the floor if you need to. Concentrate on just keeping your heel on the ground.
I feel like a lot of pressure in my right hip flexor.
Okay. I'm not sure that that's problematic unless it's painful.
I'm just telling you what I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. It is important to collect information. Great. Now go as far as you can without any pain. Lean into it until the heel starts to come up off the floor and then come back. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So if it feels like the movement is imperfect, oh yeah, I can really discern the stiffness now. You're missing a good
Quite a good range of motion.
Yeah. Okay, so you sprained the other one too, so we might as well do the other one.
Yeah.
Right? So the easy thing to do is to stand up and just stick your foot inside that band like this. And again, you can stand and lunge. Yeah. Go forward and then press a little bit more deeply. Or you can drop down onto your knee. You get a little bit more range that way. And be careful not to jam your joint, right? As you're going forward, try not to let the heel pick up. Make sure your knee is going straight forward. Right, so when I lunge forward, my knee is going straight. It's not coming in like this at an angle, but
And going in.
no, I'm just saying preventatively.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Good. So like 5, 6 of those would be fine. That joint is meant to hinge, which means that just lunging without the band is sufficient, but the band will help it to realign. Don't be too aggressive, right? Go to the end cautiously and then lean forward a little bit more and then come back. So what I'm asking is that you move. Yeah, that's perfect, Noah.
Okay.
Just move a little slower so you can be a little more cautious. You have time to respond if you start to overstretch. That's fine. Okay, go ahead and stand up. Let's take the band off. So that's a good ankle mobilization drill. I think the best ankle mobilization and the best strength training for the tibialis anterior as well are squats in parallel, but we're going to have to wait until next week to go over those. And this week, let's try the Gatroc stretch and the usually neglected Soleus stretch. So using the same door, the door right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start by stretching the gastroc, which is a straight leg stretch. And then we're going to stretch the soleus, which almost no one ever teaches us, which is a bent leg stretch. So the most effective gastroc stretch I know is with the ball of the foot against the door.
Okay.
So get up next to the door, close to the door.
The gastroc is one of the muscles in the calf, right?
That's right. It's the big one in the back of the calf.
So do I want, okay, but my heel should not be on the floor, correct?
Your heel should be on the floor. Why don't you watch first, Noah?
Yeah, okay.
Take a look. Take a look, okay? So I'm standing relatively close to the door or the wall. I'm going to put my ball of the foot on the wall. My heel's on the ground. My knee is straight. That's an important detail. And I'm going to shift my hips forward. I'm just taking my whole body forward. I'm not doing anything special.
With a straight leg.
With a straight leg.
Okay.
I'm going to hold for about 20 seconds and then switch sides, 20 to 30 seconds like that. Let me see you do that.
Okay.
Your knee looks straight, which is fine. Again, don't be too aggressive. Apply the stretch and then hang out there for 20 seconds. That's to give your body the opportunity to relax and release. You don't need to press hard in order to get a muscle to release. What you need to do is you need to lengthen it and then hang out there. And that sends the message to your nervous system to change the length of the fibers. Great, switch sides. I think you could be about a half step closer. Yeah, bring your right foot half step closer. Yeah. And Noah,
yeah,
if you already have the stretched foot against the door, don't pick up the standing foot to like jump towards the door.
Oh, okay.
Take the stretch leg off stretch. Take a half step toward the door and then put the leg back on stretch.
Okay, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Good. That looks good.
Oh yeah, I feel it on that one.
Yeah. That's your left one, huh?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. So you're learning about your body. So am I.
Yeah, I know that my left leg has always been like stronger than my right one.
Okay.
Yeah, I was always capable of doing like more pistol squats with the left one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm right-handed, but
yeah. Could have some effect. I mean, if you're right-handed and you skate a lot and you do a lot and you skate a lot, you know, your left foot would probably be your planted foot, and you're pushing with your right. So
no, actually, I'm goofy, so that means that I push with my left foot.
Excellent. I love it. All right. So now we're going to stretch the soleus. So for each of these stretches, I would do about 30 seconds twice on each side, at least once a day.
Okay.
Studies show that the most effective for chronic pain is right before bed, but just do it anytime you can. You're a student, so your schedule is goofy, like your skating technique. All right, so watch this first. The soleus has to be done with a bent leg. So when I step up to the door, I'm going to place my foot, and before I start stretching, I'm simply going to squat down. I get as much of the ball of my foot compared to the toes against the door as possible. And I'm going to push my knee toward the door. So I'm just squatting down and pushing toward the door, and then I'm going to hold. Now the soleus muscle is extremely powerful, but we don't have the same kind of sensory nerves in the soleus that we do in the gastroc. That means that when you stretch the soleus, you're not going to feel very much. You'll feel it in the Achilles tendon, but you won't feel it up into the muscle belly the way you do the soleus, or the way you do the gastroc.
Okay.
Soleus goes all the way down here, comes up. This is the soleus right there. That's soleus. So try that stretch now with your knee bent, foot against the door. But the soleus is a major, major, major player in pain. Get a little bit closer with your left foot. So bring your right foot back so it's not on stretch.
I did what you told me not to do again.
What's that?
I did what you told me not to do. I had my foot.
That's how we learn.
On the, yeah.
That's how we learn.
Oh my God.
Okay. Don't be too aggressive.
Oh, I won't.
Shift your weight back. Take the stretch off just a little bit. And now squat down so your legs are substantially bent. Good, like that. You can stabilize yourself by holding onto the doorknob. And then shift your weight forward. So push your right knee toward the door. Shouldn't be too much effort through your back. If you're loading your back, you can come up. Yeah.
Oh,
and hold. Yeah.
so tight. Yeah.
People usually don't stretch their soleus muscles, so it can harbor a lot of tension. And if you haven't been stretching it, it can feel really substantial. Yeah, get your back foot a little closer. Yep, good. Get the ball of your foot just a little higher. Maybe you can't because it's stiff. Yeah.
See, my right Achilles tendon is so tight that even right now that I'm doing the left foot, I feel the right one even more.
Good. So you're training the right one even when you're stretching the left. Good. As long as you don't hurt yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, try not to bounce more than once or twice. Just get into the stretch and let it sit there. Can you do 20 seconds more on the right and 20 seconds more on the left for a total of twice on each side?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. It's just yeah, it's good.
What are you experiencing?
Just a lot of tightness.
Get a little bit closer. Yeah. More stable when you're closer. Good, like that. And then guide your right knee toward the door. Yeah, I don't think you need to lean back so much.
Okay.
Yep. Can you describe where you feel the stretch?
My Achilles, but also the outside of my ankle.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably have some scar tissue around like peroneus brevis, the syndesmotic, the joint between the fibula and the tibia.
Mm-hmm.
I can help you learn how to work into that too. It's not difficult, but it is stubborn.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and put that on stretch for 30 seconds. Are you okay?
Yeah. It's just it's good.
Does it feel like too much on the right?
No, it's strenuous, but it's not excessive. No.
Okay. All right. Is there a way you could make it less strenuous? Like, are you squatting down too far or leaning forward really aggressively?
Yeah, I guess just by squatting down less.
Okay, so try like half of the distance you were going.
Yeah.
And so hold there for a full 30 seconds. Always hold your stretches for 20 to 30 seconds. Yeah, that's good. Great. Yeah. So if you just do those three things, if you just do the The banded joint mobilization,
Yeah.
the banded ankle mobilization, and the Gatroc stretch and the Soleus stretch. If you just do those three once a day, so we're talking, let's see, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4, 5. We're talking 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
If you just do those, you should notice pretty significant improvement in your flexibility, right? But that's just one joint out of three. You also have the knee joint and the hip joint, excuse me, that you have to learn to get really stable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also um, today we broke down the body into a small area and worked really specific areas.
Mm-hmm.
But real strength and real rehabilitation comes from integrating the whole body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, if you want to pick up something heavy from the floor really quickly, you have to have the flexibility in your ankle and your knee and your hip to pick it up, but you also need to be able to use your whole body in one quick motion.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be necessary for you to start working on stuff like that again. And it's, you know, you're skating and you're attempting pistols. So it's not too much to ask that you do some kind of like deadlifting if you feel your technique is good. We could go over that too.